Okay, welcome everyone to the stream. Today I guess we're gonna still continue on the next target, on the same target as we did like in the previous stream on FIS. I will try doing some Shodan and Google Dorking on this stream, and I guess I will also try to use another Axiom alternative, which actually I found out that there are a couple of alternatives to Axiom. I'm pretty used to Axiom itself, but there is the way to actually not use VPS, but actually use Lambda functions on providers like AWS, Azure, GCP, and stuff like that. So you can basically run certain commands, scale it to like 1000. For instance, if you want to run subfinder, you can run 1000 subfinders in a pretty short amount of time, and you can like do crazy stuff. And I will be using AWS for this. I have already set it up, everything what's needed. So one of that solution is ShadowClone, and I will try to use ShadowClone at the end of the stream. So, but first, in order to use services like this instead of Axiom, first we need to collect some data. So by collecting data, I mean we need to collect a pretty good list of top level like root domains. So later on we could try like fuzzing those for extra subdomains for the target. So we did some note taking before, so I will add everything to my notes, but I mainly will use terminal just to collect most of the stuff. And I will use Shodan as well, just to collect another host names, another potential top level domains. I will do a little bit more dorking as I did before, a little bit more. And yeah, so let's wait maybe a couple of minutes, maybe some extra people will join, but I see more of you joining right now. Let me know down in the comments where are you currently watching from, and what is like the current time from you, because it's like international stream. I try my best to be at a good time for everybody as possible. So yeah. Okay, someone saying that my sound is low, but I'm not sure like if it's truly it is or not, because someone said it on the last stream, but actually it was not, so not sure. And another, I have an issue right now with chat display right now. I tried to do this before the stream. I wasted 15 minutes, but hopefully for the next stream I will settle this thing up. So without further ado, let's go to my screen. So we will be continuing on FIS. I will, like, as you can see, there are a lot of vulnerabilities found so far, but this shouldn't discourage you because it's extremely big scope target. Even though they do not accept a lot of vulnerabilities like cross-site scripting or CSRF, mainly client-side stuff, but we will definitely like have some interesting issues playing out. So to not repeat myself, we went through this policy on the last stream, so if you haven't seen that one, feel free to check it out as well. So like I will be using Shodan, I will be using Google to gather most of the subdomains, but some of them which could be out of the scope, I will also mark which is out of the scope. And yeah, this is extremely good for us since we could do like very extensive recon. And at the end of the stream, I will try to show around how you can use this tool. I won't show you how you can install it because it's really a difficult process. I'm thinking to like show this for like a couple of hours video how you can install this tool, because there are a lot of difficulties right now if you try to install it. As you can see, it was updated last year, and it is not really good maintained, but it has some good potential. And it has a lot of difficulties to install, so I might create behind the scenes video how you can install this tool. But on this stream I will show like functionality of it, and it's actually, it compares with Axiom, and there is like another tool that I haven't yet tried as well. So basically with Axiom you can spin like 10 or maybe 100 instances, which will be mainly VPS like servers. Usually there are limits, so I think on DigitalOcean there is like 15 or so, or even less right now. But you can also like afterwards you can just ask them to like increase this limit, but still there won't be very big limit on that. While on ShadowClone you can like create like thousands of different instances. So like you can run thousands of Subfinder, for example, at the same time. But there is also like this is startup time, which is actually good. They run pretty quickly. You do not like spin up machines prior to that, so that is also a good thing. Mostly free, I disagree. Like at the beginning, yeah, it will be free until you reach certain point. Afterwards it will cost actually more, like depending how much you are using. But like the main drawback I saw on this tool, that there is a limit how much time you can run, for example, Subfinder. So usually you like on my current configuration I can run up to 6 minutes. Like one Subfinder scan should be up to 6 minutes. If it fails you won't get any result, so that is like the main drawback. And another drawback is, for example, every time you need to update any tool to use ShadowClone, you need to reinitialize instance. For example, if you want to use like your own specific nuclei template with ShadowClone, there is like drawback, because you need to spin up and create instance, snapshot that instance, and then you can use it. While on Axiom, for example, you can like upload it locally to every instances and run that nuclei template. So like running nuclei templates from that standpoint, Axiom works much better. Not like this is just one example, but for instance, if you want to use custom word list against the target at the scale, Axiom will also win, because for this the preparation will take much more time as well. So there are a couple of reasons why you should like use Axiom, and there are a couple of reasons why you want to use ShadowClone. So I use both of those tools. I started using ShadowClone just a couple days ago, but I thought, okay, I will show on the stream because it's pretty cool tool. And yeah, for the like majority of you, you won't reach 1 million like invocations, because AWS and Azure have a free tier which allows you basically 1 million commands for free. So it's hard to reach that number, but if you're doing intensive security research, you can reach it, and afterwards your bill could be go a little bit bigger. In that case, what I suggest you to do is just to set up some kind of notifications about billing, just to not get charged like larger number of money. So yeah, and there is actually wiki page for this tool if you want to install it yourself. But after this stream, I'm thinking I will like show for my patrons how you can do it. So continuing on this target, what we gonna start, I will open my notes, I will open the terminal, I will go to the projects directory that we have already, and I will make, let it be a little bit bigger, I will make directory called FIS, and just go to that directory. Right now we don't have anything right here, but let's create file called wildcards, and maybe let's also create another file called organization names. I will just use orgs.txt. So there are a couple of organization names used for this target. Actually, WorldPay has another bug bounty program, as you've seen in the previous stream, but I will be using for like as a whole for this case. There is another Fidelity Informational Services Germany. There is like more general one. There is just shorter name. Let's see. I seen those two as the acquisitions. So far from the previous stream, we have this type of information about the target. There were some like information about brands, but I have it in my like separate notes. And for the wildcards, let's include WorldPay, let's include Germany one, let's include this one, of course, fisglobal.com, relius.net. This is an interesting target as well to check for. There is VP FIS Global, and let's include the last two of these. Okay, so we have a couple of wildcards. So in this stream, we will try to populate that even more. So we can do some like subdomain enumeration. I will use ShadowClone for that, but usually if I have up to 100 targets, I will use local subfinder because it will make more sense. And for this configuration, I haven't yet set it up my configuration file so for subfinder, so the results might vary and I might get less results than usual. So keep that in mind. But you actually need to do some like homework before like if you want to get some extra subdomains. Okay, so let's continue. Let's maybe keep those open, and let's switch to the Shodan, and let's start probably using this, and I will use this keyword and hit the search. So there actually are a couple of WorldPay organizations. There are WorldPay Limited, and there is WorldPay LLC. So I'm not particularly sure which ones are good. Let's see. As there is no web targets to target on right now, there are only email servers, so this one is not very interesting at least. Let's try use this one. And when you're using strings with spaces, you have to use those double quotes. And let's see. Fidelity Informational Services Inc. Okay. Let's open as the separate tabs. And let's see if there are any other host names for that. Let's maybe trying opening it on. That's interesting. That's interesting. Let's use 200 as the status code to filter everything here. It's loading quite not fast. Okay, let's try opening the IP itself. And okay, there is just login page. Super macro computer. I'm not actually sure if this is the right organization. Let's try googling it as well. Yeah, so I will keep away from this target because I do not have 100% of verification that it actually belongs to this target. What I could do as well, I could do IP info. I like using this one. Let's use like this. It says that the company is... Let's try checking. Okay, so it is actually on FIS website. So those IP addresses actually belong to them, as there is like verification right here in the investors page, and this IP info will give us indication that it's actually belonging to them. And right here as well, like when I use this, it will show right here. So let's maybe try add as another name. So for now I haven't found any other Apex domain, so let's continue on other ones. Okay. And the interesting thing about Shodan, that it's actually skipping this character, so that's pretty interesting. Okay, so let's do 200 again, but I think it's the same actually. Yeah, and right here I definitely see that it's belonging to them, and I'm not sure if I have this one, so I will add this one right here. Okay. And there is a lot of targets like this. Once again, let's use 200 status code. Oh, and I see very interesting header. Let's open another Shodan and I will try to find by this header. It's pretty interesting one. I never seen something like this. Alright, alright. Yeah, I guess there is only those. But this is very interesting. Like, I haven't seen this one. It's custom made something, or yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I do not see new Apex domain, so let's try just writing fidelity and we will see if there are some extra popping up. I will try using another ones. We seen this one, but we seen this one from using on-site recon. This one as well, on-site recon, but we will try using them on Shodan as well. And you see there much more of that. So I think this one, Fidelity Communication International, it's the different target. Okay, it looks like a different target, so we can ask Google quickly. Okay, FIS Global. Is FIS Global? Let's maybe, I will also use ChatGPT. It's sometimes when Google do not know how to answer, I could use this one. So is the related to, let's give it the full name of this company, global.com. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's searching. It's googling itself, but I'm pretty interested how ChatGPT works behind the scenes actually. Okay, search 7 sites. All right. Provides blah blah blah. Owned by Cable One. Blah blah blah. Okay, it's the different companies actually, different entities. All right. Let's open those two. And let's keep this ChatGPT tab open as well. So what we need to do right now, you need to exclude this guy right here. So let's see. So instead of 17,000, I will get this amount of targets. Okay, I see sunguard.com, but let's see. SunGuard availability services assets. Like, I'm not sure if it's availability service assets, so I will still include this one because I think then they are saying about availability, it means status pages or something like that. So let's keep it still in the list. Just in case I find any bug on this like subdomain, I will firstly just ask them, because like still it's their product. So even though they'll feel free to not accept the bug, just in case for that. Okay, so Fidelity National Services, I think Cablevision. Yeah, Cablevision is as well out of scope, so let's use like this. All right. So let's see. Let's click on more right here, and it will be much faster, I think. Oh, there are a lot of them actually. Fidelity Communications, definitely not. So there are Fidelity National Informational Service. It's like a little bit bigger. So I will include this guy as well right here. Okay, financial. Let's see this one, if it's belonging to them or not. And maybe let's ask ChatGPT once again. Is the okay, let's see. Okay, I think I already checked this page of wiki, and there is the main website. So is Fidelity National Financial is related to Fidelity Information Services through historical corporate development. It's acquired, blah blah blah. Okay, so let's see, and let's use Google as well. Right, let's use it together with company history. It's in the company history. Who renamed it? Okay, it was the first name actually, and they renamed it to Fidelity Informational Services. So those right here are like the older name of the same company. So that's pretty interesting to know. So let's include this as well. And I guess this one we don't need. Let's add it like this. And like this. Fidelity Company, that's interesting. Let's see this one. Web page. Okay, I only see Bank Fidelity. Let's see what is on this website. Okay. Please include this. Okay. Okay, I'm not 100% sure about this one, so I will exclude it as well for now. I might find some like targets from different places, so for now let's hit the search. Okay, we have 6,000 or so. let's use 200 because I want to filter out only with status code 200 for now. Okay, ASP.gov. This one is new. Alright. Let's use Google for that. There are still some websites for this. Yeah, Touch ID Sims. Okay, no, probably. Okay, I will add this one as it's new as well. Flood SVC. What's that? What's that? That's interesting. Let's include this one. Okay. Hostedpayments.com. Well, it seems like one of their targets because they offer financial services. So let's add this one, and as you can see, they have 13 lines already. 13 lines. So okay. So as there are a lot of targets still, and I seen in the chat someone mentioning that like they tried using Uncover and they were asking about alternatives as well. So I will show other alternatives how you can like export Shodan data. So you can actually, if you have a pro account, you can click on download results, and you can basically, like from this query, you can download all those results. But you have to make sure that it's actually all of the targets. So for this case, I will click on this, and afterwards I will try to download it. Yeah, so at the end we have this, and try to download. Okay, I see it's downloading. I do not want you to see other downloads, so that's why I like zoom it in quite a bit. So it won't take too much time, I guess. So the download will be ready soon. Let's wait a couple of minutes. Let me go back in the chat real quick. Yeah, the problem is right here that you cannot see the chat, but still, like, you can use it on the side of the screen. Sorry for that. I'm not sure like what is like wrong here. Either it's YouTube or my OBS. Something's wrong with it. But like I had a lot of streams before and I haven't had this issue before. But yes, today it was starting to freak it out. Okay. I have some cool cup of drunk Linux guy. Even though right now I'm using Windows as a host machine, but still I'm very attached to Linux OS. Okay, let's scroll down through the chat. Someone mentioned that they are not hearing me correctly, but like, is it really? Just let me know down in the comments. Can you hear me well? Or like, I will try to set up everything for the next stream once again. but let's see. I'm still pretty new to OBS. I'm not like professional streamer, so yeah. I need to be closer to the microphone probably. That's why. And yeah, on the microphone itself, like I could still configure a little bit. Alright, that's cool then. Good to know. Okay, let's switch back the screen and let's see if the Shodan is ready to download. So basically, you've like it has to like processing be done. You will also receive an email afterwards if you like have set up notifications, I think. But like on the email itself, you can also download the file. Okay, let's try again. Let's try refreshing it. What's going on here? Okay, something's wrong. Let's try again on downloads. Okay, it's downloading. Okay, let's see. Okay. So I basically downloaded this file. It's called 18 blah 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 JSON GZ. So in order to use that file of Shodan export, firstly what you need to do, I will open just another tab. You need to firstly like copy it into desired directory. So since I'm using Windows as the host machine, it will be located in mount C downloads, no, should be downloads, no, users, downloads, will be 18 blah blah blah, and I will move it right here. Just in case you are using Linux or any other like Unix based system, you could use like this to copy to the present directory. And you see I have copied this file. So in order to parse it, there is a Shodan CLI tool which you can actually install using this guide. So you just need to use pip of the Python package manager to install, and yeah, you need to initialize it to like just in case you want to use extra features, but I will be using one of these utilities that you do not actually need to run this command. I will be using Shodan parse. So there is docs in CLI Shodan IO, and there is command called Shodan parse. And basically on this command, what you can do after like installing Shodan CLI tools, you can like specify fields of that file, like which fields you want to include, and to look available fields, what you can do is just like on like regular search, click on like more right here, and there are actually the separators which you can use. So there might be, I think there are hostname, there are those, and there are a couple more. So like IP string, port, organization, separator is optional, and basically the file name. So I will be using those, and I will also use host names. There are some extra one, so I need this file name, and once I run it, it will have 3 different columns. So on first column it's IP, on second the port, and on the third one there is host names of that IP address. So what we actually need, we can also include organization name. So but there is only this organization name, so I will exclude that, and I will only parse out the host names. And what I will try doing right now is, instead of this, I will replace to the new line. So I will use tr command for that. I think like this. Yeah. And I need only to get Apex domains from those. So I will use sort as well. And let's see how many lines do we have. We have a lot of lines, so in that case I will try just googling it, how we can actually just grab only Apex domains like this, and stuff like that. So protegent, yeah. Okay, Linux grab only Apex domain. Okay, second level domains from the list. So this is the actual command. Let's see. Okay, yeah, and I will use sort at the end right here and see how many right now we have. We have 123. All right, so I will use Shodan parse right here. Okay, let's see. Shodan, okay, like this, and I will try to copy only those which are not present. Okay, I need to do some extra stuff. I will need to use another tr command, but right now, okay, let me quickly show you. I will use upper. I will switch from uppercase letter to lowercase because there are some of them which are like this crazy. We need everything to lowercase, so I will use lower. Yeah, I think this way, or like this probably. Yeah, this will work. So let's try copying everything. Okay, let's try manually inspect it. Let's ask ChatGPT. Sorry for grammar mistakes. Does not belong, instead associated. Yeah, so some of those might be wrong. So let's check for this one as well. There is might be the way how you can automate ChatGPT as well. It will be pretty helpful, but if there is just one case automation, I won't do automation. But let's see. Ownership is global. And yeah, they actually understand that FIS Global is Fidelity Informational Service, so it's pretty cool. Okay, so there might be, even though on Shodan, let me see, let me use the last query because it will still give the same results, and let's close maybe those two. So if I use SSL, I just want to check this target. Yeah, they could be the clients of theirs could be using their servers actually to host their websites. That's why it's sometimes you have to verify on Google just to be extra sure if you can hack it on or not. So like be extra careful when doing this. All right, so let's see. 53, what's that? Okay, let's try opening it. Maybe I could get some indications. Third, not offering financial. It's, I think it's their client or something as well. Yeah, you can see the organization name is actually different. You see. Let's open this. So there is actually login of theirs. Okay. But like if you manage to hack this one, just for like for imagining, you know, if you manage to hack this one and you report like FIS program, if they care, they will probably award you with some bounties. So like it really depends on the program how they react. There are some companies that are very strict for that, but if you like, if they are generous, you will only know when you like reach them out. So alternatively, what I suggest you to do, sometimes it's good just to contact the support. And yeah, you can click on bug route support portal and just ask them. But I will be extra careful because I'm doing live stream, that's why. So yeah, let's see other. And yeah, sometimes if you do extensive recon like this, it could take really long time to like go through everything. So let's go up to B for like today's stream. Behind the scenes I will do like everything here but like I will check every one of them. But for this stream to not be super long, I will do up to, or maybe up to level like 8 characters. Okay, dispute management. Let's see. Let's, maybe the ChatGPT is faster. Okay, I see they are using actually FIS global coloring, at least. Okay, forgot username. Oh, my IP was blocked. Yes, okay. So access my IQ does belong to them. So let's add this to the list. Alliance Bank Biz. That's pretty interesting. Yeesh. This one does not even exist. Let's see which server does exist. Okay, remote, blah blah blah. There are some. Okay, it doesn't make sense to do the subdomain enumeration for this one, so even though they could be belonging to them, but let's skip those. Okay, alliance banks. Let's see. Let's do like this. Independently owned, blah blah blah. It's not related. Okay. I will do a stupid question, but hopefully they will understand it as well. I think I added this one. Media bank is independent. Okay. This. Let's keep it even shorter. But like, I know the ChatGPT is collecting data through like previous messages. So even if I do like short question like this, they will look into previous one and try to like to interpret that. So it will still understand. Okay, let's do this as the last one from Shodan, but you will get the idea what you can do. It could be tedious and it could take really long time, but going extra mile, doing some extra recon, and oh, I see this one. You might need to like do some extra to get like even third level subdomain, because there could be com.eu. Okay, blah blah blah. Loans. Okay, it's not associated. So we have 14 lines. Well, I guess if there are over like more than 100 lines, it will actually make sense to use ShadowClone tool. But I just want to show you functionality. That's why I will still show you. So like on the wildcards, I will try use subfinder, and maybe later on I will try using HTTPX. So let me firstly open another terminal down below, and let's switch to the tools, ShadowClone. So when you git clone this tool, actually there won't be an env file, and this is also my included subdirectory. But like the most important thing is the Docker file. So it is important to like include, like to edit it before installing it. So I edited out a couple of things. By default it will install a couple of tools, but I added couple of lines like HTTP probe and Katana. Like I will use those two tools. So by default there won't be that many, and if you need to get some inspiration which tools you might want to include as the Docker compose command. Okay, is there a way to make the font bigger? I'm not sure. Not sure if you are able to see it if you are using smaller screen, but yeah, this is basically the Docker file, and it says that you can like how you can install a couple of tools. And also another thing that I modified is I modified installation of Go language. I am using newer version because I think by default it uses much older one. If I go to this Docker file of this directory, yeah, it's using different version of Python a little bit, and there is Go. Okay, 1, 2, 2, 4. Okay, there. Oh, I see. This guy actually updated it 2 days ago, but when I tried to install it, it was using even older version, so kudos to him. So I can even upgrade it. But as far as I saw, this tool is not being very well maintained, but like some miracles might happen. But yeah, mainly the Docker file was only updated, but everything else it's not. So yeah, and then like you will install it on AWS, place that Docker to S3 bucket, and that S3 bucket data will be used as the Lambda functions, if I understand it correctly. If I'm wrong, just let me know down in the comments if you like truly know how this tool works, because I'm still pretty new for it. But basically I will just go to the wiki page. There is like the way how you can get started, install, blah blah blah, and there is some use cases. So let's open examples, and there is this ShadowClone tool. In order to use it, because I'm using older Python version for this specific tool, so in order to use other version of Python tool, you need to install p and v. So, and then you need, like, when inside this directory, you need to use this command to activate Python environment. So if I activate my Python environment, it will be like this, and if I run Python with v flag, it will show like Python this version, you know, you see. But if I use on like other terminal, if I haven't configured to use it, okay, it's actually using the same version, but you can configure the Python environment to like use different version than from your current one. So there is this tool actually, so you need to install this tool just to use older version of Python, because this tool works with Python 3.9 or so. So while you are inside that environment, you need to run Python with that version for this file. So let's see, let's try running this guy. Let's use H. So you need to pass input, and as the input will be our wildcards. So there will be subdomains, so that input will be splitted. So I guess I will use, it's not actually necessary to use full paths, so I will just use wildcards.txt. There is split number, so if there is actually, there are 14 lines, so you can like decide with S flag how many lines you want to split per different command. So for instance, if I want to split in two lines for each of that instance, it will be 7 commands ran. So let's do 2 for now. By default, I think it will be 1 for each of like different function, but if you don't want to reach the free tier limit of AWS, you should like calculate, sometimes increase it like to 3, 4, or like little bit more, to not overuse resources of AWS. And the next I will go with C as command. So in this case, I will use sub finder. Okay, let's firstly what I will do, I won't use the split, and I will create file called one, and I will just include one line. and instead wildcards I will use 1, and I will just run one command on that server just to check if I can run some finder like this. So let's do this, and you can see it's one command being ran, and it seems the subfinder command, if you like running it without like go bin without full path, it won't work. Let's try using full path. Yeah, and right now it's working. The subfinder command is working. So let's use all. Let's use D as the domain, DL, and there is input like this. So it will be like each line of this file. So let's switch it right now to wildcards txt and use 2 lines for each of that command. So it will be 2 lines for subfinder command, and there is O flag for this tool, for ShadowClone, to like save the output. So I will save the output to subfinder txt, and it could be truly fast. Like it's not the best case actually for this tool, but imagine if this file was containing like over 1000 different top level, like second level domains what you want to get subdomains for. So in this case, if you like have a good configuration set it up on each of that like particular, like if you did good homework, did good preparation, this might be a pretty cool idea. So let's try running it, and you can see like actually it's 7, but it uses 1 extra command just to distribute everything, and you see one of them actually finished, and so you see like only 8 functions being ran. And while we're waiting, let's explore some like Docker file. It has couple of things already installed, so like pretty good use cases actually. Either you can use FFUF nuclei, but like if you use nuclei and reach a lot of like memory consumption, if you use very aggressive templates, this might not work with this tool. Ideally this works up to 2 or 3 requests based templates. So there is like max request on nuclei templates which will define that, so make sure it's not like 500 requests per template. In this case, like if it's couple of requests, it will work very good. HTTPS, just checking live subdomains. This is pretty good for DNS brute forcing as well, but I won't do this. I will also show HTTPX, but also on HTTPX, like when I tried using this tool, yeah, as you can see it has finished. Let's see. And the good thing as well about this tool, after it finishes, there won't be any instances hanging, so it will just use it, like how much resources you will use, that much you will pay. And usually you won't even pay anything if you don't reach the max limit of free tier of AWS. So yeah, if I cut out subfinder, of course there won't be that many subdomains, because there are still like some configurations that should be added of subfinder providers, but there is pretty good start. So for this amount of lines, let's use subfinder, and I'm thinking which could be good split. So just in case, if I want to use let's use 200 lines for each of that command, and instead of subfinder I will use httpx. But firstly, let's see httpx help menu, and let's see which flags could be used. So in this case I will use L, and let's see, I might also use status code and title. Let's use only those, and maybe silent, and save output to httpx. But if you use too many flags for httpx, what I wanted to say actually, if you use too many flags, this might be too much memory intensive, and it could really crash and you won't get any results. So you have to be very gentle, and like especially with threads, because those Lambda function temporary servers are not very like resource heavy, so it is like half of RAM of each instance. So that's why I don't suggest being too aggressive. So okay, subfinder, split it by 200, use httpx and save to httpx txt. Let's see. So I will have 72 commands running in parallel. So with this tool you can actually use like up to 1000 I think in the parallel. So for mass testing it's extremely powerful, but yeah, have that in mind that there is a limitation of free tier, and yeah, but as you can see it's still running pretty good, pretty fast, so we will get results pretty quick. Alright, and another thing what's good when you can spin a lot of different, it will use different IPs for sure. So imagine there is 72 IPs for that. So another good reason to use it when you want to bypass some kind of IP blocks, because you will just use like switch another IPs, and yeah, if you do intensive testing, like having more different IP will definitely pay in the long run. And you can see there are a lot of results being gathered. So if I cat httpx, there are not so many results, but still it's a pretty good start. Oh, I forgot one important flag. There is NC as no coloring, but if I cat it out it will have some coloring. So in that case, if you want to read from the file, just use this flag. So yeah, that was all about this tool. Definitely you could use other tools, but make sure to edit Docker file, like just to install it. And as I shown you before, just to verify if that tool is installed, let me show like a couple of quick things. Let's use ls command, and let's use one. What I suggest you to do is create file with one line and use C flag and just try to like executing on that server, and like use ls on the root. So you will see there is nuclei templates custom. There are some couple of my own nuclei templates, but there is for example go directory. So on the go directory there are also bin directory. So just to check if your, for instance, if your tool uses Go language, just to check if it was installed correctly, I will just use ls go bin command just to verify it. And as you can see, there are a couple of tools which are installed. I haven't yet installed HTTP probe, and I haven't yet installed Katana, as I've added it out on the top a little bit, but like later on when I try building Docker once again and like uploading it to AWS, it will be a little bit different. So yeah, so that's like basically how you can use this tool. It's a little bit more advanced than Axiom, but it has some advantages for sure. So yeah, let's go back to the chat. I guess I'm gonna end the stream for now. I just wanted to show like a couple of things. I haven't done too much of Google Dorking, but like main things what I wanted to show is like how to build list and how later on you can utilize it, how to collect organization names, like really important thing, verify everything before doing extensive testing. You want to be 100% sure that that particular target actually belongs to the company. That's why I shown like it's really important to Google like a lot and have to be extra sure. And like I was using ChatGPT. Yeah, it could make mistakes, but in most cases it could be more more information than humans on the internet. So that's why I like usually I trust it. Definitely there are a couple of things that I won't probably use ChatGPT for, but yeah, just for verifying if certain asset is belonging to the company, it's pretty good if it has data up to that. There is like caveat to that, as the ChatGPT collects data like up to a certain point, but as we saw it was using searching, so that's why like this like the agent searched and then compared the data, so probably yeah, it was doing the good job. Okay, let's see a couple of questions. I will try answering a couple of questions, but while my chat is not working, it's not really pleasurable to see this, but I will try answer 2 questions, and if you have more after the stream, you can ask on the Discord if that will work. So yeah, let's see. I will read from the bottom to the top. Okay, it will be great to see more hacking, less recon if you can. Yeah, but live hacking is not very is gray area on YouTube. When will be next Discord streams? Yeah, so I do live hacking on Discord. So if you want only see like more of live hacking, like not live recon, just join Discord and I have announcements page, and of course I will announce that on that channel when like live hacking will start. I will have live hacking every week, like one dedicated time, and it will be pretty similar time every time. So, but I will announce it today as well. So, when will be next Discord stream? And can you please show us how to actually hunt with application analysis, how to do after recon process? Yeah, I shown it a couple of times already. Just feel free to join Discord, and I have like every once a week I will show like how you can do semi-automated approach, like do unauthenticated hacking, and I like every 2 weeks I always also show like how you can do application analysis, like hunt on the single application, mostly using Burp Suite. My thought process, like what parameters I like to fuzz on, like how I approach my mindset, like special interesting areas for me and stuff like that. And I try to explain everything, and if you have any questions, you can just ask if you're like on the stream as well. All right. Okay, so I guess I gonna end it for now. Thank you everyone for joining, and it was really my pleasure like showing this new tool as well, and maybe you learned something new, maybe you're not. Just let me know down in the comments what you like to see more, and just don't say live hacking, because I like already thought like explained like million times, but I do live hacking on separate platforms. So don't say on YouTube you to do live hacking. It will be the same as like do illegal stuff on YouTube. I won't do illegal stuff or what it's against the terms of service. So have that in mind. So, and yeah, thank you everyone, and hopefully I will see you on live hacking event one day, one of you at least. So see ya guys.